Oh my god, my whole voice. I'm now going to be showing you how to crochet a ball. You're going to need yarn, obviously, a crochet hook that fits the yarn that you have, a, not a downing needle, a yarn needle? I forget what these are called. And then something to mark your stitches with. I have a fancy little stitch marking thing, but you can use a paper clip, an earring, safety pin, another piece of yarn, bobby pin, literally anything that you can like put into your stitch works. So first I'm going to show you a really extra way of making a magic circle, and then I'll show you a super easy way if you can't do this way, because I've been crocheting for like 8 years. So what you want to do is you wrap the yarn around your finger twice, and then you take your crochet hook and you shove the crochet hook into both of them, and then you pull the source end through the hole, and then you just start crocheting in this hole. So when we're making a ball, we're making a magic circle of 6, so we'll just go 1, oh my god, the pressure, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then pull it shut with this, and then you have your base. But if you can't do that and it's not work, oh my god, we do be doing this all in one take again, and through sheer magic there's no longer a knot. Alright, so the other way of doing it is you just make a normal, I forget all the terminology, but you just make the normal thing that you use to start like a linear crochet project with. It'll come to me in like the middle of this. And you want to chain 2, so you go 1, 2, and then in the first stitch you chain single crochet 6 again. And it should pretty naturally to form a circle, and you shouldn't have too much difficulty doing it. If you do, just make it looser. And you can always try to crochet in the tail if you can into your project. 5 and 6. And then you can pull on your tail to get it nice and tight. So this is probably the trickiest part to do. My first bit of advice would be, if you're new, count all 6. So I have 1 here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Please focus. Alright, we're kind of focused. I don't know why my camera is just like refusing to. Oh, that's actually kind of better. Alright, we're going with this. Okay, and then you're going to crochet 2 in each one, so now we're going to have 12 stitches. So basically, if you were talking about this in a pattern, it would be crochet 2, repeat all around. Now you can watch as I struggle. Alright, you got 1. And I'm not going to make you watch me do all of this, but like 2, that's actually 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, come on, we can do it, 12, and now we have a bigger circle. Hi, bud. And now if you're like me and you refuse to use a stitch marker for your second round, you really want to start using one now, or else you're going to get super confused like me. And then my way of doing it is, now we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're always working in multiples of the next number up, so we just did 1, 2, now we're working multiples of 3, and we're going to count all the way up until we get 3 times 6. So we have 1, 2. And now this is normally when I put my stitch marker in. So I'll just put it in here. And you really want to be careful that you're putting it into the right hole. And by the way, this is called working in the round, and that's how we avoid getting any of those weird gaps. You won't see any gaps anywhere because it's all one singular piece. Now I'm going to go ahead and finish this round. I won't make you watch me do the whole thing. And I'll be back in a second. Alright, so I went all the way around, so now we're 3 big. We got 1, 2, 3, and now we're going to go around for 4. So we're going to take our stitch marker out. Also, I'm sorry my nail polish looks so gross and my nails look so nasty up close. And I'm going to zoom out because we are running out of space. She just refuses to focus. I'm so sorry. And then we're going to go into this hole right here, and we're going to do 1, 2 again. And then we're going to put our stitch marker in the first one. I always just finish the entire stitch, like the stitch below it, whatever I'm going to do into it, and then put my stitch marker in, so you can see I have it in the first one and not the second one there. And then we're going to do 3, 4, and then we're going to count up to 24 in multiples of 4, because 4 times 6 is 24. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and now I'm going to go ahead and finish it. Actually, and then we have 5, 6, next one, 7, 8, and you get the idea. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this one, and I'm almost done. I'm on 21, 22, 23, and 24. Sorry if I'm like super out of frame. And now you can make your circle bigger. You're going to do the same thing but with 5, so you're going to count up to 30 in multiples of 5. So you're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And if you want to do 6, you're counting to 36 in multiples of 6, and so on and so forth. But I'm not making a giant ball because I don't feel like it. So whenever you decide that you're going to, stop making your ball bigger, because this is basically the final diameter of your ball. So I'm just going to do a nice small one. Now you're going to take however many you built this, so mine is 4, and you're going to do 4 just normal, not a whole lot going on, single crochet in each stitch around. So once again, my ball is 4 wide, so I'm going to do it 4 times. So I will have 4 rows of 28, and I'm not going to show you that because I don't think you really need to see that whole shebang. But once again, you just take stitch marker out. This time we're not doing anything, so I'll do crochet 1. And my personal advice for keeping track is just to like write on your finger in like a safe pen. So like every time I finish a row, it'll be like tally 1. So if I'm doing 4, it'll be like 1, 2, 3, 4. And I will show you what I got after I'm done, because I'm not going to make you sit here and watch me do this whole thing. Okay, one little thing that I feel like I forgot to mention. The way that you should be making circles to make them look prettier, there is no, like, single crochet, chain, go to the next one, because it's working in the round, and you're never going to get to a point where you need to chain up or anything like that. So I'm at the end of my row. I'm literally just going to continue going. I'm going to take my stitch out. So this is my 6th row. It's my 2nd row of 28, just plain. So I'll do 1, and then I'll put my stitch marker back in so I can remember where to start and end, and then I'll keep going. Hi, we're super zoomed in again. I'm too lazy to make a 4th row, so we're just gonna have more of an oblong circle, but it's fine, don't worry about it. We're gonna undo our John. We're gonna undo our stitch marker, and then this is probably the most confusing thing, aside from like slip stitches, when you're crocheting just in general, and it's a decrease. So I'm doing it super zoomed in, so hopefully it's really clear and obvious. What we're going to do is we're going to go through the outside of this one, and we're going to go through the outside of the next one. So I now have 2 stitches on my hook, and then I'm going to yarn over, pull through both of them, pull through both of them. It's going to work. We're going to, oh my god, I refuse to do another take. pull through both of them, yarn over again, pull through 2. Alright, throw our stitch marker in, and we were at 4, so now we're trying to get to 3. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3. Looking through the camera and trying to do this is so tricky. So I'll show you again. We go through this one. We go through this one. Now I have 2 stitches on my hook. Yarn over. Pull through both of them. Which legit can be tricky sometimes. I'm just struggling because I'm on the struggle bus today. Pull through 2. So I'm going to finish this row and then I'll hit you back. And we are back. I finished my next round. We're starting to look quite circular. And by circular, I mean oblong. So we're going to do the same thing again, but this time we're going to be going down to 12. So once again, 1, 2 to decrease. Oh my lord, I apologize. I completely screwed that up. 1, 2 to decrease. Pull through 2. Put our stitch marker in. And then we're literally going 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's actually 3. 4. And we're going to go around like that again, and then we're going to get stuffing and stuff it. So I will be back in a moment. So I finished it, and now we have a super small hole. And my advice, pull this out really far just so that you don't lose it. Pop your stitch marker out of the hole that it's trying to climb into. And then if you're stuffing something really big, you want to leave a bigger hole, but because this is so small, I decided to wait until the very end to stuff it. So I just have some scraps of yarn and stuff that I have from previous projects that I'm going to shove in here. And one of the hardest parts of amigurumi is knowing how much stuffing to put in. You're always going to put in too little until you get used to how much you need to put in, and then you're going to put in too much. And then, once again, I have to go find my stitch marker because it's trying to hide. And voila, we have a semi-stuffed ball. It's good enough for me because this is just an example. So then I'm going to take my stitch marker out again, and I'm really ballsy, so I'm going to leave it out for the rest of this. And we're just going to decrease 6 times. And we're going to do that together. So we got 1, 2, 3, and by 1, 2, I mean just 1 and 2. I could like go 1, 2, 3, 4, but you shouldn't. Come on, for the video. 3, 4, 5, 6. And now to finish this off, leave a decent sized tail. I probably have like a foot for this, which is a little much, but it's fine. Then we're going to put it through our yarn needle. And it doesn't have to be super secure because we're not doing anything too crazy. And then I like to pull this loop out pretty big, so this is just the loop that I ended with. And I will put my yarn needle through it to finish it off. And you just pull. And then I like to go through kind of the outside of every stitch. So like 2, 3. Sorry, I feel like it's super hard to see what I'm doing. 6. And then pull really, really hard. And then if you can, like, push through the middle as much as you possibly can to kind of shove it down. And push your needle through your project, or just, like, you know, wherever the closest exit is. Sorry, I'm really on the struggle bus today. And then you can also use your needle to kind of like push it back up, make it a little bit more circular. And then I'm gonna cut this end off. So the end that I just pushed through off. And then I'll just push my needle in again on the opposite side to hide this tail from the beginning. I'll just pull it through. And then also cut it. And now you can still see it. So I'm just gonna take my needle and shove it back where it belongs inside of my project. And then it is a little bit deformed because I didn't stuff mine enough, but you can kind of just mess with it. Kind of looks like a pumpkin. The bigger you make it, the less pumpkin-y it'll look. And also if you actually try to make it more circular than I did, because I didn't do as many as I was supposed to do there. And this video was super long, but I hope I explained what you're supposed to do. Here's another thick close-up of my ratchet nails and my oblong circle. Hope I helped. Comment questions, or if you know me, you can text me. And see ya!